What is going on, guys? My name is Ryno18, and today I'm bringing another life story. First off, I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support and great feedback on my last life story video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put an annotation on the screen right now. And I got so much great feedback on this, and that kind of inspired me to make another one. You guys said you wanted more life stories, so I'm bringing them to you. Now, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be really hard to top my last life story. It was probably one of the most interesting things that's happened in my life, and it's going to be hard to top, but I'm going to do my best in this story. Now, as you can already see in the title, it is about the time I fell off a ski lift. And that's not going to be the only story I'm going to be telling you. I have a couple more skiing / snowboarding / sledding incidents for you guys. It's pretty funny. I've had a lot of fails when it comes to this area. So first off, I'm going to start with the time I fell off the ski lift. So I was probably 6 years old. This is the first time I've ever gone skiing. I'm in Colorado on a family vacation. I think it was during spring break, not positive though. And we're skiing with some friends. My dad's friends mostly. And since I've never been skiing before, my dad decides to sign me and my sister up for lessons on skiing, and I'm a real quick learner anyway, so I probably didn't need these lessons. They just scared me half to death. I didn't know any of these people here. I was afraid to be away from my parents at this time, even with my sister with me, and I just hated this place. It was a disaster. Now that I look back on it, I don't even know what I was afraid of or why I was scared. I was just going through that phase in my life where I couldn't be apart from my parents without being scared. I remember just constantly crying and crying when they left, dropping me off at this place. It was such a strange place too. We were all in our snow clothes, and it was like an inside classroom. It was just weird. So anyways, after these ski lessons were done, it was time to hit the slopes with my parents. So we were on legit mountains here. Started off on the bunny hill at first, and then we made our way up to the big mountains. So the first day we go out to the hill, I'm pumped. I am ready to go. I want to prove to my parents that I didn't even need these lessons. I go down the bunny hill, make it all the way to the bottom, and I go to make one of those sick turns, stop thingies, where all the snow flies up, and my front ski gets stuck in the ground, and I do a flip. I toppled over, snow going down my shirt, and everything. This was really embarrassing for the first time I've gone down a hill. The bunny hill was always super crowded, and I just remember everybody stopping and staring, looking at this little kid, who was me, flipping over constantly. And it was pretty embarrassing, but I was a little kid, so, whatever. But to be honest, that is nothing compared to what's about to happen. So my dad comes down, they all check on me, see if I'm okay, and we get back on the ski lift, and here comes the disaster. So there's a lady working at the ski lift, and her job is to make sure that nobody falls out of the ski lift by tucking us in and pushing us in the back and putting the latch over our laps. And this latch, it was not even close to my lap, so it was basically useless. So I wasn't even tucked in. Chances of me falling out were huge right now. My dad didn't even notice. Of course he wasn't going to notice. He was looking up the hill, looking at the nice scenery. I didn't even notice. I was just trying to get back a little bit. But who would have thought that I would have fallen out of a ski lift? The thing starts moving up. We're about 15 feet, 20 feet. We get to about probably 40 feet in the air. And I feel myself slipping. I had so many scarves on, so much things covering my face. I couldn't even say help me to my dad who was sitting right next to me. And even if I could, his old self wouldn't have been able to react quick enough to grab me. So here's the moment of excitement. I fall out of the ski lift, and I'm falling like 40 feet now. I land on both my feet. I'm like some sort of ninja cat, landing on both my feet. I must just have some sort of cat reflex in my body that allows me to land on both my feet. But I did end up toppling over a little bit, but I didn't get hurt. And if you're wondering how I didn't get hurt, it was most likely due to me landing in snow, which is very soft and cushiony, and that I had those really tight ski boots on, and my ankles couldn't even have twisted, so that was pretty lucky for that moment. Anyways, that concludes my first story. Now I have a couple of smaller stories for you guys also, of my skiing / sledding / snowboarding accidents, and I say that because I do pretty much everything. The next one is that just me and my friend Michael, we went sledding this one time at this ginormous hill. It was basically a mountain, you could have called it, but it was just a normal hill. It might have been a landfill. And we show up to this place and it's all ice. The hill is just full of ice. It was probably about 6 inches of snow covered by another 6 inches of ice. So this made it super fun to go down. But then once we got down, we realized that we have to walk back up the hill. The only option for us to get back up this hill was to crawl. It took us about 30 minutes to get back up the hill, and that was just torture because this hill was ginormous. The next short little story I have is when me and my friends just recently went sledding, we also went to another ginormous hill. This hill was at least 2 times the size of the other one. I had never even seen it before we went here because my friends had known about it. It was so crazy, there was like 4 different sides to the hill. And there was one side that nobody goes down. It's super steep and has trees everywhere. It has pine trees left and right. But me being my stupid self, go with my friend down this hill on the sled. I go down successfully, hit a huge bump, and go flying into the air, probably 10 feet in the air, then land back on my sled. This killed. In my mind, it was totally worth it. My friend goes down. Yeah, different scenario. He drills the tree, flips over, and rolls down the rest of the hill. This was probably one of the most painful things I've had to watch, and I wish I would have brought my video camera, because that would be YouTube worthy. I could just see it right now. It's on replay in my mind right now, and I really wish you guys had a visual for it, because that's how funny it was. I couldn't stop laughing. I was laughing for like 10 minutes. I couldn't even get back up the hill. I was laughing so hard. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. I would really appreciate it if you left a like on this video, and that motivates me to make more, just like the last video did. Also, since last video we reached about 80 likes, I was not expecting that at all. If we could go for 65 likes this time, maybe I'm pushing it, I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments section below. Just kidding, I'm not Ray William Johnson. Get pwned, son! Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.